What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with episode 22 of Light of the Azure, our attempts to stabilize the Great Vortex and fight off all of the misguided other elves, lizardmen, and of course the evil forces of the Druki and the ratmen. And the Druki are currently winning the campaign right now, technically speaking. We've had a lot of combat throughout the central area of Ulthuan, and we have our forces going out to dissuade our fellow elves from continuing the war. Yvresse went to war with us because we sided with Avalorn, and it's been rather interesting. Up in the north, we lost some brave heroes, and we got Will trying to rebuild our forces. It's going to be great. I hope. If Avalorn gets involved in the war, then we might actually stand a chance up there. Of course, down south, trying to rebuild the main army stack for myself. We do have some other forces all around. Kind of worried about what this Black Ark is doing. But with Sunshine and her archers on the coast, not too worried there. And of course, Agnew went down to the Yvressian stack. We're going to be focusing over on Elisaliel and the Shrine of Loak. I know I butchered that name, but we'll get to that shortly. And eventually we're going to go up to Yvresse. It's going to be a long fight. We lost a lot of our trade agreements too, which does not help. And of course we are losing these lands here, but we never expected to hold on to them. And the good chaplain's up north doing his thing. Probably going to try and expand outward from here. He has to deal with a lot of trolls, though, and our finances aren't good enough to get him something to really help out. And then headed down towards the south, we have Erythrond, just collecting some float sam out in the water. And then we might go in and try to take on the Bretonnians. Maybe not that army stack. We might go over and try to take Yvresse. Give us something on the southern coast to try push in against the undead and deal with the ratmen, because, you know, they're awesome. But we had just basically done everything we could for the last turn, so let's see what the other nations decide to do for here. And Erythrond apparently hadn't completely finished his move. Oops. Oh well, that's some extra gold and some experience for him. He'll level up next turn. And then if we have to throw him into an encamp stance and get him some more troops, we'll do that. Of course, the lore masters down south doing their thing. I don't know where Teclis's army ended up, but they've been going at it with the lizardmen and the dwarves and the ratmen that are down there. This is what I was worried about, though. I want to know what this Black Ark is doing. Technically, they can't do land invasions, but having one that close to one of our army stacks is never a good sign. And it looks like it's swinging down towards the south, which doesn't help. Naggarond is pretty much equal in power with us right now, which, not good. Definitely not good. But on our next turn, we're possibly going to take on a few things, and it looks like the Phoenix Gate has been captured by Avalorn, which is definitely a bonus. Yvresse is completely outmatched by our own troops. They only have that one big army up in the north. But they're using their heroes to good effect lately, so we do have to worry about them a little bit. I don't really know what Itza's been up to. And for anyone who caught it on Tuesday, I did a nice little long live stream with Fady Lace. Incredibly brilliant streamer. Fun as hell, and I'm so grateful that I was able to be a guest on that. Incredibly nice lady, and you guys should go check her out. I will try to put links into the description so that you can go check her out on Twitch. She does Skyrim and Warframe and a lot of other cool stuff. And she's just got a great personality. Like, she's absolutely vibrant. So go and check her out. See if you enjoy her stuff. I usually don't plug too hard, but in this case, it's definitely worth your time. You might even catch the older episode of me making a goofball of myself. And completely leaving sentences to hang in dead air, because that's what I do. So we've got Auric and Phoenix ready to go. What do we want to do first? So let's check out the defenses, the garrisons here. Shrine of Loic, it's going to be tough. Phoenix does have a fair amount of archery, and he himself is no slouch. If we go and check out his stats, he's definitely no slouch. And Yvresse, this is where I'm worried. They have a lot of white lions, a lot of sea guard, some silver helms, a mage, a noble. Yeah, it's going to be tough. But Auric has a pair of great eagles, a couple of swordmaster units, lots of archers, especially mobile archers in the Illyrian Reavers. I swear I can talk. And, of course, our eagle claws do a lot of work. So let's besiege that and see what we can do about getting it through.
The Asur
We'll continue the siege there, see if we can grind their forces down a little bit, and send Phoenix in to do the same at the Shrine of Loic. If they come out to face us, even better. They don't really have any troops in the immediate area that can do anything. So those will take care of themselves, hopefully. I'm pretty sure we can beat this army one-on-one. So we're good there. Might have to send Phoenix back up to help Auric, but it's not too bad. So for the main army stack, though, we have a little bit of cash and more than enough income to support it. We've got a couple of dragons in there. I would like to have at least one eagle claw, because they've been doing a lot of work in everything that we've been doing. And we'll grab some archers. 4 units of them and 4 units of archers sounds like a good idea. So that'll take care of that there, and we'll still be gaining a fair amount of gold per turn. Let's check on what Chaplain's doing. Of course, I always click on the wrong place on the map. It's a little weird. We've got a lot of chaos trolls up there to deal with. And Chaplain, of course, can only hire Illyrians in Grand right now. Grand itself, not too great. Love to get some silver helms, and I would definitely love to get a gold mining pit. But the choice comes down, do we get a gold mining pit, or do we go over and actually get a militia camp so we can eventually work up to Lothern Seaguard with shields? It's a tough call. I think we're going to go with the gold for now. They are getting some chaos corruption, but Chaplain should, and I emphasize should, be able to handle it. And of course, for Will, his local recruitment isn't that great, but we'll grab him a couple of sets of archers, and then we'll see what happens with this Yvressian stack. It was those great eagles that really did us in last time, and unfortunately meant the demise of a few of our noble heroes. Didn't exactly work out too well. Let's just check all the missions that we have left. A non-aggression pact with Yvresse? Yeah, that's not going to happen. And Elithor we've got swinging back up a little bit. And then we'll get him to swing in to go after Yvresse, I think. We are currently at war with them? Yes. So what does the garrison look like on there? Doesn't even look like there is a garrison. But if we can take Yvresse, that would be not bad, because there's a couple of weird islands out there, mysterious islands. Deal with them. I could have sworn we had one more hero. Right, that would be Sunshine herself. I don't want to build up too many troops, but we may have to build a few. Let's give her a unit of Phoenix Guard over the next 3 turns. That should help her out a little bit, and not break the bank entirely. Again, the Druki are still slightly ahead of us when it comes to scrolls and everything. Depending on what cities they get next time they try a ritual, we might be able to counter it with Chaplain. It's still a bit of a risk. They've spread out significantly. It means their forces are spread out significantly, but it also means they have a lot of places that their rituals could kick off from. And I've been talking about the Tomb Kings a lot over the last little bit. I have not yet had a chance to go in and try them out. I have been extremely busy with other things, and of course I had to take last week off because I was not feeling very good and couldn't speak. Would have been a good time to sit down and do it, but I had to do the 9 to 5 to support the channel in the meantime. And it looks like they're coming out to fight us. They have a lot of Lothern Seaguard. You know what? Let's withdraw from that for now. I don't want to throw away troops. We can hang on to as many troops as possible. We'll send Auric down to help Phoenix out and see how that works out. We'll keep those army stacks together. We do need more cities to get more fragments per turn, but I don't want to just throw away our forces. We've been really, really hammered over the last little bit. Our troops are not exactly sitting pretty. They're not sallying forth to fight Phoenix, so Auric can go in there, set up and support, and help him out. The Spinosotek dwarves. Looks like they have a lord on a shield bearer platform. And Chaplain Grimaldus has just gone insane. So he deals a lot more melee damage, but reduces public order. Yeah, it's because of the chaos corruption. And the same with PC. So let's deal with our Seaborn forces first. The Doge leveled up.
Skill is legend.
What should we grab for her this time around? I mean, we just grabbed the first rank of Apotheosis. Of course, we have more Winds of Power magic reserve. Let's grab the Shield of Safri. That seems like it would make a lot of sense. And then we'll send the army stack up to gather whatever that island is. Turned out to be some experience and some gold. I won't turn away the gold. We'll grab Speed of Azeran for Aerothrond himself.
Your behest?
Start heading over towards this mysterious island, then we'll go after Yvresse. Of course, Auric, we want you to come close to the Shrine of Loic. If we can overwhelm it with numbers and not have to risk more of our troops. We do have good odds here. They have very few archers by comparison. We have a lot of bolt throwers, some great eagles. The only thing that worries me is their Illyrians and their great eagles. But if we set up properly, we should be able to do it. Yeah, let's go in and fight, and we'll see how it turns out. Not too worried about this battle, and having an extra city would be definitely a bonus. We do have a battering ram, which we'll assign to one of the units of spearmen and try to go for the gates. They'll get shot up pretty badly on the way in, though. And knowing how the other nations like to use their riders when it comes to siege battles, might be in for a little bit of a surprise. So let's grab our spearmen, group them up, set them up like this, but we're going to move this unit over, this unit over, so we can get our... it's going to take a little bit of fend angling to get them in position, but we'll grab our archers, we'll group them up, them set there. Our eagle claws. Now our Illyrian reavers, they might be doing a lot of work in this, and our reinforcements are going to be coming directly from behind us. So let's set up our Illyrians over here in the woods and see what we can get them to do in the meantime. And Phoenix, I want you kind of in the center of all the forces to give that leadership aura. So let's start, and then we should be getting our reinforcements pretty quick. We'll have our catapult go there. Send individual units of spearmen up. See if we can claim the walls. Let's just pause a little quickly, though. Get our Illyrians over here to come in and start shooting the walls. We'll group these Illyrians up and have them go after those Sea Guard, because they're coming in from the rear. Have our Great Eagles come, and where are they in comparison? They are definitely over on this side. So we'll get them to come over here. Now, Auric's forces, in general, are pretty much in a perfect position to do a side maneuver. So let's get all of his spearmen going up the walls right here. If we can claim the walls, we can stop the towers from shooting at us, which will definitely help. And Auric himself, we're going to get to come up close. His archers, we'll have them come in and start shooting. Our own archers, who I don't think have done much yet, we're going to get them to shoot at the Lothern Sea Guard at the center of the wall there. I don't think we had any other bolt throwers coming in. Or they might be coming in, but they might be coming in slightly slower. There we go. So another set of bolt throwers, and we're going to get them to shoot at those spearmen. And we should probably swap all of our bolt throwers over to the multi-shot, because we're not shooting at any monsters, we're just shooting at infantry. Let's see if we can have these great eagles soar in and deal with those Illyrian reavers to start with. They might retreat, which is perfectly fine. It does give us a view on what's back here. We got another unit of Illyrian Reaver archers, silver helms. There's their great eagle. As long as their reavers are retreating, they can't shoot at our guys up on the walls, which is kind of what I was worried about. And those bolt throwers, man, they're doing work. Jeez, big swaths of bolts coming in. Our own Illyrians are taking a bit of heat, so we'll pull them back for now. I'm not even sure that the elves that are up on the walls know what they're doing, and our spearmen have started to climb up. So it'll be a good fight up here at least. As our troops are able to get up onto the walls, that would be fantastic. Especially once we're able to get our archers up there. Now, Auric, let's get you up close with Phoenix. Give your leadership auras to all of our troops. And Auric, your Illyrian Reavers have done their job there, so let's get you on those Lothern Sea Guard. Let's have you shoot those spearmen. Actually, let's decimate those spearmen with all of our eagle claws. It's just a swarm of arrows flying in. And the enemy gates are broken. So let's have this unit of spearmen march through. One of our two lords march through as well. Let's see if we can get them to charge him, actually. Brothers in arms doing their job. The Illyrian Reavers go through the gate and set up. The White Lions are starting to come towards the fight, but by the time they're in position to do pretty much anything, we should be able to claim the walls.
It shall be done.
And almost all of Auric's forces are in position to do just that.
Spearman, Asurian guides us. By Asurian! Attack!
Let's actually take our Eagle Claws, make them one big group. See if we can get them a little bit closer. That is a lot of artillery. Our Great Eagles have been routed, but they were pretty much there to distract the enemy forces, so I'm not too terribly upset about that. And Phoenix, let's get your spearmen down on the ground. See if we can stop these white lions from doing anything. I mean, they're taking a lot of fire from our Illyrian Reavers. Once our archers control the walls in their entirety, we should be good there.
Prince of Ulthuan.
And their noble does not stand a chance against two of our best commanders. In fact, I think we've broken him. And he's not going to make it out of there in one piece. I think he's dead now.
What orders? March! Moving out! Uncertainty spreads! Our resolve is failing! We have failed! Spearmen! Understood! Attack! Spearmen!
With our spearmen hitting these white lions everywhere at once. They are surrounded. They're losing decisively. They're still going to do some damage before they go down. They are white lions after all, but they're starting to take some major hits.
Acknowledged! Illyrian archers! Acknowledged!
So let's group our Illyrians up and see if we can get them to outshoot their own Illyrians. Our archers are assembling up on the walls and starting to do their thing. Those white lions are definitely broken. But our Illyrians are almost out of ammunition, which is a little scary.
Spearmen! Assyrian willing!
Alright, Phoenix, let's get you to swing over this way to give some leadership there. And Auric, your spearmen are going to go up and take the center of the courtyard. We're even going to get your archers down to cover them. The only big threat left is that great eagle. And that would be our eagle claws doing some work. In fact, if we can get the eagle claws just inside the gates, somewhere right about there, they can start hitting everything down this long, narrow pass. Let's get our Illyrians out of there. They've done their job. It's time to go.
For Ulthuan!
These white lions, how are they holding up? Looks like they are broken. That'll be this spear unit. Let's get you to collapse on that great eagle, see if you can destroy it. Definitely going to break its morale really easily. With its morale broken and their leader deceased, they're not going to be able to recoup.
Loyal! Move!
And we have our victory. And we're going to end it there, because I don't want to kill any more elves than is absolutely necessary. 363 losses, so over 1,000 elves lost their lives in that battle, and that's just 1,000 too many. One is too many. But the necessities of war.
Claim what is ours. Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
Alright, so Phoenix is not yet at the point where he can get himself a great eagle, which is kind of sad. Could get him Blade Master for more melee attack, or we can give him Blade Shield or full plate. I think we're going to go with Blade Master for now. And if you've noticed the trend, all of my
Of Ulthuan.
warriors, leaders, they tend to use a lot of physical skills because I like them to be in combat a lot. Take 3 turns to get Phoenix Guard over to them. So we're just going to leave them to sit for this turn until the Shrine of Loa comes under our control more efficiently. Suffers a lot of leadership loss for the first turn that it's in our control. And then we'll go up after the capital of Southern Yvresse, which is pretty cool. And it looks like Grimaldus actually gained a level as well. Now, he's already doing some major work. We can actually start looking into getting a lot of the leadership talents. Don't really need speed because he's up on a dragon, but we do want to finish off Woundmaker and full plate armor. Make him damn near invulnerable in combat. I would love for one of these units to come down closer to us, but probably not going to happen. Again, I'm still worried about that black arc, so we'll see how that shakes out.
How can I assist you?
We got that done. And how are we looking at
The king.
Lothern? Still making 4,000 a turn. So we've got our spearmen and our archers being the front and mid lines. We've got our long-range artillery, got a couple of monsters. What do we want to add into this to make it a little bit more effective? I've been trying to mix up the units a little bit. Don't want to just go monster heavy, even though monsters do a lot of work in this. Let's grab a couple of sword masters as a flanking force for that, and then we'll grab some cavalry or something.
Lord of the Phoenix Court.
And Auric, your troops are definitely hurting. We can put you into Swift, but we can't put you into camp, so we're just going to leave you for this turn. And let's see where the rest of our fellow nations tend to work out. I love and hate the fact that it takes about a half an hour to do about 3 turns in this series. Apparently I just gained the recruiter trait, which is not bad. And we don't have a hero in this fight, so we're just going to see how it shakes out. It's very close. I wonder if they're actually going to capture this time. No, they're just going to sack it. So that's a little bit of gold lost. They do have a lot of black arcs. I would really like to take away some Druchii cities. I don't think it's really going to happen right now. Unless we abandon Grond, and Grond's a ritual source site. So probably not going to happen there. Could build up another force and try to take out the other stuff, but yeah, it's going to be tough. And we still have to rebuild our armies to deal with the next Chaos invasion. Hopefully by then we'll be able to confederate with Avalorn, and we'll have the entire interior of the island as well. Does Avalorn not like us? Nagaroth doesn't, apparently. Yvresse is slowly pulling back the balance of power, but their main army stack is way too far away to actually intervene against what we're doing down here. That's a poorly named lizardman, but we'll see how that ends up. Kind of funny when they're named weird. Though there are some definitely awesome names amongst the lizardmen, especially the ones that are Aztec or Mayan inspired. I really enjoy those. It's a nice little bit of South American culture thrown in. But also there's the funny ones too, like Tic-Tac-Toe, who is a legit character within the Warhammer Fantasy universe. He's a pterodon rider and a skink, and he's a lot of fun actually. Alright, so recruitment costs reduced by 5%. They've completed their ritual and caught up a little bit. And there's a lot going on. Yeah, we got our Unite Local Nobility. I swear I can speak. Oh, it's going to cost us, but we got to do the military advancements.
You need me?
Our troops are a little hurt.
For all Order.
Send Auric up to begin the siege. Make sure he can get himself a catapult, or a battering ram at least. Maybe Phoenix will have to engage the siege. I don't know if you can actually make it or not. Let's bump Auric off to the side a little bit. As long as you are within range to reinforce if necessary.
Defender of the Ever Queen.
Alright. That looks a little bit better. Doesn't look like they have the distance to do so.
Lethal grace given form. Order shall prevail. Prince of Ulthuan.
Phoenix is just a little bit out, so is Auric.
Primed for
You know what,
action.
that's okay. Don't need them to
Traveling.
siege this turn.
To war.
You can get them to do it next turn. That's totally fine. So let's go to Erythrond.
Prince.
Get him to
Across
pick
the
this
waves.
up. And sort of Swift Slang, that doesn't hurt. And he's still in fast
Sailing
movement
away.
stance. For some reason he got really sped up. That's okay. How are things looking up north? You're still recruiting some Phoenix Guard for this turn.
Defender of the Ever Queen.
Will has a nice little army stack. Can't really see where the Yvressian army went, which is not a good thing. But let's check with Avalorn. See how our reputation's doing with them first. We are improving. Let's spend a little bit of the influence we have left to increase that a little bit more. And
Can I offer
see if
assistance?
we
The
can
Asur
confederate
bid you
with them.
How can we be of assistance? Ridiculous.
Alright, that's not too big of a deal. What do you got at the Great Arena? We can't really see the army, but what's the... It's a lot of horsemen. They got 2 stacks there, so we're not going to deal with that right now. Do have some damaged buildings. We could probably repair them and make it a little bit harder
We are ill at ease.
for the Druki to take them over. I mean, we're losing order in them fairly quickly. Not too big a thing. But let's end our turn and see how things shake out when the other nations start moving. And that army stack has Dragon Princes, which is a cavalry unit I definitely want to get my hands on. They are some of the premier heavy cavalry. They're just awesome. They're kind of a crutch for me when it came to the tabletop game, though. Well, what do I do to deal with this? Dragon Princes. Yeah, but what if it's this? Dragon Princes. I could build an entirely archery-focused army and still have a unit of Dragon Princes in it somewhere. They were just that good. I mean, 4 wide, 2 deep, just 8 knights, and they hit way above their point value. So good. At least they always worked out for me. I know a lot of people would disagree with them, but they're almost better cavalry than the army that's entirely focused on cavalry. I know the Silver Helms are definitely better than the Bretonnians, but it all works out. I mean, the lance formation, if they could have nailed that down a little bit better, then the Bretonnians would have no issues with the cavalry charge, but it really comes down to how things kind of shake out there. Bretonnians tended to have to rely on their heroes a lot more. An awful lot more. Your typical 9-man bus, we call it a bus, that is a 3-man unit that's, well, 3 wide, 3 long, so 9 guys total. If you throw a paladin, which is the heroes, into it, they get a heck of a lot tougher. You throw a lord in, they're even tougher. If you put a damsel in that thing, damn, they get strong. Alright, so we got a lot of stuff going on. The big thing, though, is we now have access to the best tier. Yeah, Phoenix and Dragon units. Yes, please. Thank you. Whose army stack is looking the most solid right now? I think Oryx is, out of the two. Yes, Oryx is definitely the more stable army stack, so we're going to get them to initiate the siege.
Retreat! Saint Louis.
And we'll have Phoenix make sure he's close enough to reinforce. And we'll toss him into camp stance?
Setting camp.
There we go. So now they've started to fight, and we've got a couple army stacks there ready to go. My army stack is looking pretty nice. We're still making 3,000 gold a turn. I think it's almost time to raise another army, though. Falls Anvil has access to normal troops, spearmen, and unarmored archers. They don't have access to any dragons, which is kind of sad. Unless there's the Dragon Keep that we've been overlooking the entire time, which is entirely possible. Yes, it's Dragon Keep right there. We need to work our way up towards that, but we need 5 population surplus, which we're working towards, and 7,200 gold. So that's not exactly easy, but it's not impossible to do either.
Lord of Ulthuan.
And if we take you out of march stance,
I second this.
we can't really get you
For order.
into combat right away.
How can I assist you?
That is a very, very large army stack. We're pulling back right now.
What you ask?
We might lose Erythrond, which would suck, because let's actually pull him on the dojo just in case. I don't want to lose another hero. It's a good unit, Silver Helms too. Now comes the real question: do we want to raise another army? Oh, we can actually build the Sanctuary of Azurin. It's gonna make us broke, but we'll be able to build Phoenix Guard at our capital now. And PC, our good Sound Elf himself. Let's finish off Blade Master for him. They're kind of dealing with everything up there. Do you know what, guys? That's probably a good place to end it for this week. If you did like the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, be part of our community, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes up. And like I was talking about earlier, guys, Fady Lace is a beautiful and lovely person to be around. Great streamer, so do check her out on Twitch. I'll try and throw the links to her stuff in the video description for this week. But remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.